In some aspects, dead internet theory is true. This is mainly in how slop videos can get significant engagement and how the comments on those videos are the most soulless and unfunny comments of all time. At the same time, though, there's a worse part of the internet that is certainly not corporate run bots. Introducing the true crime community. A community rooted in the idealization of criminals, usually of the mass variety. It's not the type of community that's at the forefront of the apps it resides on, but if one digs deeper enough, the hole eventually opens up into what is essentially an underworld. Now, before we start, I'll briefly address something minor. The James Atlas video, I will admit, was poorly handled. I kind of rushed the video and didn't do a good job with the few debunkings I did do, which allowed not only his rabid fans, but other people to scoff at me in the comment section. I'm not remaking the video or anything, but I'm acknowledging the quality was just not the best. Now, I'll put this major trigger warning up, since this is obviously the most serious video I've ever produced, at least by this time, and arguably. This is kind of subjective. Be careful moving forward. Now, if you're ready, let's start. The true crime community, or TCC for short, initially had its roots long before the internet existed, specifically in the 19th century, although for simplification reasons, that version of the TCC has nothing to do with the modern TCC. So we'll skip ahead. Enter 1999.
Who's been covering Y2K for the year, Sam Donald.
In addition to world events, mainly centering around Yugoslavia, 1999 saw one of the most deadly mass in American history, the Columbine high school. What was different about Columbine from schools of years past was that the two perpetrators had an intense motivation to try to spark infamy and gain attention. This was mainly through the preservation of their diaries and tapes, as well as the fact they had recorded these tapes in the first place. Ultimately, they succeeded in their mission for attention, sparking the birth of the modern TCC. Throughout the 2000s, the TCC would evolve into an underground community on various forum sites, mainly being centered around the discussion of mass in general. While some members of the community were focused on neutral discussion, others were there for more sinister intentions, with some specifically having the goal of carrying out a mass themselves. Many being inspired by the acts of Columbine or previous ones. While the community was not as large as it is today, it still actively grew throughout the 2000s, with one notable member later going on to carry out one of the most devastating mass of the 21st century. Now, Sandy Hook probably doesn't need to be explained. It's by far the most infamous school there is. What is important for this assessment, though, was that the perpetrator was a frequent member of the TCC for a few years before he committed his act. He regularly edited pages about mass and had a deep fascination with them. While the TCC was not a direct cause for Sandy Hook, it certainly accelerated his already existing fascination and obsession. Sandy Hook then became a new base for many future school plots and actual in addition to Columbine. The rest of the 2010s saw its fair share of other atrocities, from the gay club in Florida in 2016 to Mandalay Bay in 2017. And while these events carried their own infamy, none carried as much weight in the TCC as Sandy Hook did. The TCC, despite all of this, remained on niche forums or comment sections. But then came the 2020s. These past 6 years have seen its fair share of violence akin to any other decade. However, what is different is how the TCC has grown. Instead of being on niche forums, the TCC has now exploded onto sites such as TikTok. TikTok needs no explanation, but what is important is that its view base is huge, and its algorithm could potentially reward these types of videos. This has allowed the TCC to slowly grow in the background over the course of these past 6 years. Then from there, one of the most infamous modern catalysts of future school specifically is the case of Natalie Rupnow, who goes under the nickname Samantha, who a Christian school in Wisconsin on 16th December 2024. This then inspired another in Tennessee about a month later in January 2025, as the perpetrator had a deep fascination with Natalie. The most important part of this is that both of them, and also including the of the past, have been idealized by the chuds of the TCC on TikTok. Whether it is through edits, fan art, or other forums, these mass killers are being full-on supported by these people. It's sickening to think about that from an outside perspective, but it's true. While many search terms are blocked by TikTok, fortunately, all that one has to do is adjust a few letters around to find these horrific videos. While no video is instantly gonna make someone want to cause violence, they aren't pleasant to watch. I know I might be repetitive in this section, I don't care, it's to get the point across. These people idealize mass murderers for sickening reasons and post it onto TikTok. It's fucking insane, isn't it? I'm going to keep this conclusion short. The TCC is a dangerous community for society. If it continues to fester, it will continue to perpetuate violence globally. Yes, this isn't just America. While it may not seem serious, it is in reality, since it's caused so much damage. If you ever come across anything that looks like what was shown, report it, unless it's neutral. This is Caius, signing off.